Good morning. The 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Tenisha Yancey presiding. While court is in session, there will be no talking, sleeping, lying down, driving, no wearing of any head garments unless it's for religious purposes only, no chewing of any gum or reading of any material, and you must be properly dressed. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning to you on YouTube, or actually the YouTube world too, but those of you on Zoom. The first case I'm gonna call today is gonna be the Wilfredo Hueso, now calling the People versus Wilfredo Ratliff Hueso, ticket number SP 1354728. Count 1, driver's license never acquired. Count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the interpreter.
Your Honor, Maria Cox, State of Michigan, qualified Spanish interpreter.
Thank you. Do you swear or affirm to translate from Spanish to English and from English to Spanish to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you. And will you have Mr. Hueso state his name for the record?
Señor Wilfredo, llamaron a su caso, dieron el número de la licencia, el número del tiquete. Los cargos eran que nunca adquirió una licencia y no tenía seguro. La jueza pidió que dijera su nombre en voz alta.
Mi nombre es Wilfredo Ratliff.
My name is Wilfredo Ratliff Hueso.
Today was the date and time set for trial.
Hoy era la fecha y la hora para tener un juicio.
Officer Kearns has not checked into the courtroom.
Pero el policía, el oficial, no se ha presentado a la corte.
Therefore, your matter will be dismissed without prejudice.
Entonces, su caso va a ser anulado sin perjuicio.
Without prejudice means that the people can, if they so choose, bring this matter back.
Lo que significa sin perjuicio es que si el abogado fiscal así lo decide, le pueden volver a poner los mismos cargos.
In the meantime, I am urging him not to drive unless he acquires a driver's license.
Y mientras tanto, yo lo aliento a que no maneje a menos que obtenga su licencia.
And make sure any vehicle that he's driving has a valid registration and proof of insurance.
Y que se asegure de cualquier vehículo que usted esté manejando tenga seguro de carro y tenga registro vigente.
Okay.
That concludes his matters.
Entonces ya terminamos.
Ok. Gracias, señor juez.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
Buena suerte, señor Hueso.
Gracias, señor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Gracias. How can
Attorney Bradfield, are you ready? Are you ready to proceed? Or did you
Yes,
need
Your
more?
Honor. Good morning. How are you? I'm ready to proceed.
Okay, this is the court clerk, but she hears you.
Good
Okay.
morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. So, oh, okay, give me just one moment, please.
Okay.
Ms. Bradfield, did we attempt to put him in, drug court or no?
Yes, Your Honor. The last court date, you wanted him to get evaluated for drug court. He was evaluated for drug court, and I spoke to Ms. McCall, and she confirmed with the drug court personnel that he was a candidate for drug court. So he's supposed to be
He
getting
is
sentenced
a
to drug court today.
Oh, he is a candidate for drug court.
Yes, I talked to Ms. McCall last month, and she put me on hold and talked with the drug court personnel, and they said he was a candidate for drug court.
Okay, let me give them a call and see how do I transfer this from my docket to theirs. I thought it would have happened prior to, oh no, he had to be sent to today.
Okay.
One moment, please. Ms. Rapid, we're just waiting for someone from, and if I had known, I apologize for the delay. I wasn't prepared for it being transferred to drug court. I thought this was just a regular sentence thing where I was gonna sentence them myself. So as soon as we get someone in from drug court, we will proceed. I do have one matter before you.
Okay, no problem, Your Honor.
Mr. Baldwin, were you already placed in a breakout room
Yes, ma'am.
and you left? Did you leave for a reason?
No, ma'am. I was just talking to someone came in and they had me send documents and it had hung up, but I had called him. He told me rejoin back.
Oh, okay. It doesn't usually just hang up. Don't get impatient and leave because every time you leave, you prolong my docket, okay?
Yes, ma'am. But I didn't though, Judge.
Which breakout room were you in?
I'm not sure. They sent me to a breakout room and he came in and told me my video thing was acting up. So he told me to send it to his phone and he said, okay. And I had hung up and then he called back, was like, oh, you got to join back into the meeting. I didn't know, Judge.
I'm gonna put you back into breakout room 31 and then he's gonna review your documents and tell me what he wants to do with your case. And until then, until he brings you into the main room, you just stay on this in the breakout room number 31 until he tells you not to move.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Bachman. No. Oh, I was gonna say, Mr. Bachman, don't go anywhere, please don't.
I'm ready on virtually all the cases, Your Honor.
Okay, but we're gonna do the, we have a probation officer here who has to get going, so we're gonna do the probation review first.
We're ready.
All right, one moment.
Thank you, Judge.
No problem. Do we have a report? Because I don't have a file.
No, this is a review.
Probation review?
Yeah, just a probation review, 12 months into his 15-month.
Mr. Brown, you can press *6 and make sure that your background noise is at a all-time minimum so that we can hear you very clearly. Press *6 to unmute. Oh, wait, you're not calling in on the cell phone. You can turn your camera on and take yourself. Damian Brown, I'm talking to you.
Yes, I'm here.
Turn your camera on, sir. Now calling the people versus Damian Christopher Brown, ticket number C806027, one count of operating while intoxicated, high BAC. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daphne Bradford, P70578. I'm sorry.
Are you house counsel today?
No, Your Honor. I thought
Are
you was
you
calling Mr. Brown's case.
Are you representing Mr. Damian Brown in the probation review that I'm doing?
Oh, no, Your Honor. I thought you said Kari Brown. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Harry Bachman for the defendant, Mr. Brown, Mr. Damian Brown, please state your name for the record.
Damian Christopher Brown.
Thank you and good morning, Your Honor. Also for the probation department.
Thank you, Mr. Bachman. My name is Ken Sciatti. I am the assigned probation officer on this matter.
Okay, Mr. Sciatti, we are here today. Today's the date and time set for a probation review. Can you tell us how Mr. Brown has been on probation thus far?
Judge, that's correct, Judge. This defendant's been placed on probation for 15 months, not 1 year. And now it's been 1 year into his 15-month term. The defendant has done quite well during probation. However, he has not quite satisfied all the conditions. Let me explain. The defendant did pay all his fines, costs, and fees in full. He did not provide a recent progress report from Black Family Development. That's his outpatient treatment. We do have one from 4 or 5 months ago, and he attended at least 7 or 8 sessions. So I know he's done well, but I'm not so sure if he's completed that treatment. He has done the victims impact panel and the alcohol highway safety. Surprisingly that he's done that yesterday, that gives a little concern to our department. In terms of the AA, Your Honor, we don't have any proof for about 4 or 5 months. We're concerned with that as well. We would like an updated, some more AA meetings. Maybe he has them, maybe he doesn't, but I won't be satisfied unless he attends the AA and that he completes the outpatient treatment. Also, Your Honor, he's supposed to do the consequences tape. That is a tape we got from the Oprah show. It's important that he completes that. It's only about 20 minutes long, and he can find that on YouTube. It's called the consequences tape. So those are the items that probation department wants. I think it's concerning that I want to point out that this case, this defendant blew a .28, and he was originally a high BAC. For the probation officer to recommend, as I'm doing today, the extra 3 months on probation, I think it's important. 1, his BAC was high. 2, he still does not have a valid driver's license. 3, we would like updated AA sheets. 4, we would like the outpatient treatment, whether he completed or not, or a recent one from Black Family Development. Those are the items that we're looking for. So we're requesting an adjournment until the final end of his probation term.
Mr. Bachman?
Mr. Brown certainly arrives today in the spirit of coming into full compliance. We certainly would appreciate any more time that it would take to come into compliance. I know that Mr. Sciatti is fully available to Mr. Brown to review those. I believe there were 4 concrete things that the probation department will require in order to release Mr. Brown from his obligations. And he certainly is aware that if we don't please and satisfy the probation department's officer, that the likelihood that we will be released from the obligations of this court and its conditions is low. So he's motivated. He was under the impression that he had done everything, but I know he's picked up the challenge here today and come back with those tasks completed. I would simply ask Mr. Brown, do you know give us an idea how long that's gonna take. You have a
Well,
short.
I completed everything that was asked of me.
We have a consequences video. That was one of the things that you haven't done.
Well, I completed it yesterday. I
So,
completed it
Mr. Brown, this
yesterday.
isn't a hurry up and do it right before your court hearing. This is something that you need to take extremely serious. You're driving on the roads with our families, right? Putting our lives and your life at risk. This is something that you take serious. This is not something that you do just before court to satisfy your requirement. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Did you complete your Alcoholic Anonymous, was it AA meetings that you were supposed to attend? Did you do those?
Yes, I still do those. I go to the AA. If I don't go to the Black Development, I go to AA.
So you do both, so you're going to Black Family Development and AA like simultaneously?
Yes.
Do you have any proof of those meetings and the Black Family Development complete outpatient?
I can show you proof, yes.
Okay, so this is what I want you to do, is to send them to your probation officer between now and I'm gonna give you another date to return on. 1 month.
Is for you to give me an updated progress report from Black Family Development. If you got your AA sheets, I'd be happy to look at them. But certainly, I think you can understand when someone blows a .28, I'm a little concerned, and I would like to have confidence that and assurance that you've done everything right in a successful manner.
I
I
actually
understand.
with the early discharge probation, I'm not comfortable at all with early discharge. We will return on July 27th. However, Mr. Brown, I do expect for each month that you have completed the required amount. I need proof that you have completed the required amount of AA and or outpatient treatment during this time. I need proof that you've completed. What type of proof does he need to show that he's completed the consequences tape? Is there any type of quiz that he does to know that he's actually done this tape, or are we just going on?
He's very observant, Judge. That is something that he doesn't quite give us proof, but when you see the tape, you'll know how impacting that it is. It's about a.
I will watch the tape and
You
I'm going
should.
to ask you questions. And if you are not able to answer my questions regarding that tape, I suggest that you watch the tape again.
Okay, what's the tape again, please?
The consequences tape that you can find on YouTube that you said you did yesterday. So it should be in your recent history. Watch it every day if you need to, because if you're not able to answer my questions, you're not getting off probation.
The
And then
consequences tape. Is that for the? Is that like MAD? Is that the MAD?
No, it's not the MAD at all. It's about.
I'll have my clerk chat it to you, the actual link. You can copy the link, paste it into your browser so that you have it, save it in your browser, do whatever you need to do so that you're able to watch this video before your next.
I would do whatever I have to do, Your Honor.
And I'm not sure that you're able to get your driver's license, but you can certainly look into trying to obtain your driver's license before our return. You have a return date of July 27th at 8:30 a.m., sir. Just wait one moment until the clerk checks you the website that you have to copy and paste to go onto YouTube to watch the consequences video. If for whatever reason you're unable to get to that consequences video from this link, I still expect you to find it. It's on YouTube. You just go onto YouTube and you put in the consequences tape. Consequences tape. Okay. All right. So as soon as you receive the link from the clerk, you are free to go and you'll return on July 27th at 9 a.m. Good luck, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome, both of you. Thank you.
Yeah. I like your delivery.
Like your delivery.
I do very much. Thank you.
You are.
Did you want this, Judge, to, did you want to look at this? It's kind of, you won't forget it. All you need to see is once. It's kind of.
Thank you.
Mr. Buffman, if you're ready on everyone, you can start bringing them out, making sure their devices are on mute. We're going to take, Ms. Bradfield's case next.
Have we got that now?
Yes, the case manager just logged in.
Hey, Ms. Willow. Good, how are you?
Good morning, everybody.
Now calling the People versus Curry Brown, ticket number Z808-6911. One count of operating while blood alcohol content of 1.7 or more. Please state your opinions for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daphne Bradfield, P70578 on behalf of Mr. Brown. State your name for the record, please.
Curry Brown.
And I believe we have a case manager here now from drug court, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Angel Harris, case manager for specialty court.
Good morning. So today is the date and time set for sentencing for Mr. Brown. Ms. Harris, did you all have an opportunity to evaluate if he was a good candidate for drug court? Is that correct?
According to what I haven't reviewed, he does appear to be eligible for a drug court. I have not spoken with him yet, but based on the records in his history, he does appear to be eligible for our program.
Okay, now before I sentence him, and do I need to sentence him before you evaluate him or after?
Well, generally our, the program is supposed to be on a voluntary basis. So generally I go in a breakout room with them and discuss the program with them and then, come back to you, let you know what that discussion has, resulted in. And then obviously you sentence accordingly as to however you choose, but then you sentence him.
Okay, but I can, one of my actions is to sentence him to drug court, is that correct? Or sentence to probation, and he must participate in drug court?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna place you in a breakout room to determine, for you to be able to do that evaluation to determine his eligibility. And in the meantime, Ms. Bradfield, I'll be calling more cases.
Thank you.
You're gonna breakout room.
I just gave you a prompt, ma'am. I forgot. 33. There you go.
You're going into breakout room 33, Mr. Brown. You can join the breakout room now. Yeah. Tenisha, right?
Mhm. I didn't start pulling you in.
Ready.
We ready on Bright?
Yes, Your Honor.
And can Madam Clerk pull the rest of them out of the breakout rooms?
Yes, please and thank you.
Okay, I can see Bright's file. What are we gonna be? I know that the officer was just here on Bright.
Yeah.
You
Just
guys
going
know-
back and forth with him. My understanding, there's an offer. He wants to adjourn trial so that he can hire counsel.
Hmm.
There is an issue with respect to damages to the victim, some restitution, and he wants to consult with retained counsel, Your Honor.
Can I have his file?
Mhm. Can you tell him to come out, Attorney Bachman? He's
I will.
not looking, he's not taking my prompt.
Damian Brown. That's the one that I think.
So he must have left. There we go. He came up. Damian Brown is her client. No, it's not. Damian Brown, we just talked to already. We just let him go. That's the one we just talked to. That's what the case manager. I'm sorry, Mr.
Oh, probation.
Vince, put your phone on mute for us, please. Thank you.
Mr. Brown, can we help you?
No.
Mr. Brown, why are you back?
I forgot the name of the YouTube.
We put it in the chat for you to
I
copy
know,
it.
I know, Your Honor. I know. I thought I would be able to get back to it.
Shoot.
I thought I would be able to get back to it.
But that's why I said copy and paste it into, you have to follow instructions, because I said copy and paste it into your browser. Because once you close out of this room, how are you gonna get it? You have to.
I just sent it
Right.
to her.
All right, so she just sent it to you again.
Okay, thank you.
Now calling the people versus Vincent Bright, ticket number B 1292971. One count of failure to vaccinate or provide proof of vaccinations against rabies. Ticket number B 129297. One count of harboring an unlicensed dog. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Hello?
Sir,
Please state your name for the
hold on
record,
one
Mr.
second.
Bright. Please state your name for the record, Mr. Bright.
Vincent Bright.
And there's an officer, would you like to state your name for the record, ma'am?
Investigator Fulkerson, badge number 10.
Mr. Goss is coming back out.
Mr. Buffin. Mr. Buffin. I tried. Didn't know.
We're on the record for Mr. Vincent Bright Jr. Please state your name for the record, Counselor.
Please, may it please the court, Harry Bachman on behalf of the defendant. Sir, state your name.
No, he already did. We're ready to go.
Judge, the defendant's going to waive his right to any trial today. He knows he has the right to a trial and those rights attendant to trial. He's been advised he's going to waive those here and now. He's pursuing a recommendation, a plea that if he were to plead here and now guilty to failing to restrain his dog pursuant to count ending in 2991, that plea would be taken under advisement, or the recommendation would be for a delayed sentence of 12 months. He understands what that means. He understands that in exchange for his plea, the other counts would be dismissed here today on my stipulation of probable cause, which I give here and now.
I'm gonna sit down because I'm gonna mess around. Miss out.
Is this the one that you said wanted to go to trial, though?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Judge. He's gonna he asked for a an adjournment. He wants to consult with retained counsel.
Mr. Brown, Mr. Bright, why haven't you retained an attorney already?
Because I wasn't aware of actually what was going on.
How many years
The last
that?
time when I spoke to someone, they just told me, like when I spoke, I believe it was a court appointed lawyer or whatever. I believe it was my pretrial or not. It was Zoom meeting. I went to a breakout room and they just told me your next court date is this such and such date. And I don't get in trouble all the time. I didn't know what I needed to bring. And then with him telling me what was actually going on, he told me that I could just pay the fines, which would be $200. And then he mentioned,
wait,
I'm trying to get understanding.
Stop talking.
Huh?
I asked you to wait. When I asked you to wait, I need you to pause for a moment so that I can look at some things, okay? That doesn't mean continue to talk. So when you, because I now have a question. When you last met with an attorney, they scheduled you for another date, but they scheduled you for a trial and not a pretrial?
He had the pretrial. So on his pretrial date, they gave him the trial date.
So on the date of your pretrial, they did not give you this offer. They didn't tell you what the prosecution was going to be offering you?
No, they didn't.
I can confirm that. Because normally in these type of cases, the prosecutor likes to confer with the officers. So normally they won't extend an offer until today's date.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bachman. So we will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, Mr. Bright, and schedule this matter for trial. You are going to obtain your own attorney, is that correct?
Yes, I needed to speak to like someone illegal. Yes.
You're going, let me ask this question again. Are you going to
Yes, I'm
retain?
going to seek legal advice.
Was I done talking to you, Mr. Bright?
Man, God.
Stop trying to talk when I'm talking, sir.
I'm trying to answer.
That's why you're not understanding anything. You don't understand because you don't listen. Sit down now. Have a seat. Be still. You're in court, sir.
Yeah.
Would you be walking around in my courtroom?
Wow.
Okay. You know what, Mr. Bright? We're gonna enter this not guilty plea on your behalf. We're gonna schedule this for an in-person trial. You will return to court, but in person on May 26th at 8:30 a.m., sir. Have a good day. With your retained counsel. Have a good day.
Excuse me, man. Hello?
I'm here.
All right, so what I'm trying to ask, so can I ask the question now?
You sure can.
All right, so my whole question was, so if I paid the $200, that's the reason why I was asking to seek legal counsel. If I paid $200 and nothing was presented to me, like no evidence of what actually happened, like I don't know what happened to, whoever was bid or whatever. I don't know what the severity of the case is. That's the reason why I'm saying if I just pay this $200, what are the other fees or whatever I have to pay?
You said that you would like to hire an attorney. That's what your hired attorney will do, sir. So once you hire an attorney, they will get discovery for you. They will find out who the witnesses are in your case. They will do all of that so that they can present the evidence at trial on May 26th.
So, but what I'm asking again, if I just pay the $200, what would come after that? That's what I'm asking.
So may I, Your Honor, please?
Yes, Mr. Bright.
Mr. Bright, you and I have discussed this. We talked about it in the breakout room over and over again. You understand, and you keep mentioning $200. You just asked me for a guesstimation about how much the fine would be. I cannot determine what the fine is. That's the judge's discretion. Anywhere between 0 and 500. You could go to jail for 93 days as those are maximum punishments. The judge has the discretion to give those, if you are convicted, 93 days and or a $500 fine. Those are the maximums for a misdemeanor. If you subject yourself to submitting a plea according to what we talked about, you will be given another date to come back to court in 12 months. And if you pay the fine that the judge assesses, then the case will be dismissed. In the meantime, the people who are injured by the dog in question have a right to be compensated for their injuries. If they present information to the probation department and there's a determination that you are liable for doctor's bills and something directly related to the injury created by the dog, it was at that time that you would be responsible for those type of payments. But we have no idea what those are, if any. So there's no way anybody can tell you how much you're going to have to pay beyond this in terms of paying damages to the victim. We don't know.
If you have any further questions, you'll have to take those. You guys will have to go back into a breakout room because we're moving on with my docket.
All right, well, yeah, can we go back in the breakout room? Is it gonna be another 2 hours?
Might be.
It'll be until I'm done with my docket, sir. You've had your opportunity to talk to counsel. As far as what was presented to me is that you were going to trial. I scheduled the trial date. You said that you wanted to retain counsel. At this point, you have to call and retain a lawyer and talk to your lawyer, okay, sir? Otherwise, you can sit here on this Zoom and wait for Mr. Bachman to come back and explain
All
to
right,
you.
well, can I just take the plea then?
You're scheduled for May 26th. You've taken up.
I mean, I have a job. That's my whole issue. I can't just leave. Like, can I take the plea?
My job. We will see you on May 26th, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are we ready on Penny?
Ready.
Now call. Oh, I'm sorry.
Investigator.
One moment. Oh, investigator, we'll be back on the 26th, ma'am. You're on mute.
I apologize. 8 a.m.
8:30 a.m. 8:30 a.m.
8:30 a.m. Is there? Okay, thank you.
Is there what? You had a question. I'm sorry.
I was just wondering if I should have the victim be made aware of the court date.
Yes, because as of right now, it's a trial. He asked for a trial and he said that he would get a retained counsel, and then he got out of the breakout room and there was additional conversation. However, as of today, as of right now, we're scheduled for trial.
Okay, I will make I'll let the victim know.
Video as well?
What was that?
Yeah, I believe there's a video as well.
Yes, I will have her forward that information over to me.
Okay, and so, yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Brown, ready to proceed on Kyrie Brown? Now ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now recalling the matter of Kyrie Vaughn Brown, ticket number Z8086911. Please restate your appearance for the record.
Daphne Bradfield on behalf of Mr. Brown. State your name for the record, sir.
Curry Brown.
And Ms. Harris.
Angel Harris, case manager for specialty court.
So we were on the record for Mr. Brown today as the date and time set for sentencing. Ms. Harris, did you find that he was a good for the program?
Yes, Your Honor, he is eligible, and after speaking with him, he is interested in doing the program, so he would be eligible.
Okay. And so, Mr. Brown, you do understand all of the requirements of the program, you should avail yourself of the program.
Yes, I do.
I encourage you to do so, because after reading your pre-sentencing investigation report, especially at this age, and I do understand, like, we all make mistakes, and some of us make mistakes numerous times, but the older we get, the more we learn from our mistakes. And it seems to me, just based on what I'm reading, that you're not quite learning from your mistakes. So I'm hoping that placing you into this program will help you to make better choices and better decisions for your life, not only for your life, but for other people's lives as well, because it, based on the facts of the current case, you're driving on the other side of the road, you could have killed someone, right? You could have killed someone, you could have killed yourself. And so we're definitely taking this matter serious, and hopefully you'll take the program serious. So what I'm going to do is sentence you to, Ms. Harris, how long does it take to complete?
The program is a minimum of 14 months, but in general, if somebody is coming into the program, on an offense, a second or, more than one offense, it is usually, sentenced to 24 months.
Okay, just to give time, to allow time for him to complete the program. And if he's sooner than that, he'll be eligible for early termination.
Possibly, obviously, that's up to the discretion of Judge Holmes, but if he's doing everything, it gets to a certain point, we are able to present to her, and state these the reasons why we feel that, he's at 18 months, but he's done all these things, et cetera. But they, because they can hold him for 24 months in the program, and he has multiple offenses, it gives them more time to obviously complete treatment, all of those things.
Okay, so Mr. Brown, I am going, Ms. Bradford, I'm sorry, do you have anything to add?
Your Honor, I just wanted to say that I spoken to Mr. Brown in depth about the current situation before the court, and also his past history. We both think that this program will be the best for him to get help and to get over this hurdle.
Absolutely, I think we're all in agreement there. So Mr. Bradford, Mr. Brown, I am going to sentence you to 24 months of probation, and you must attend, or you're going to be transferred to the drug court docket where there will be additional requirements. But for me, you are not to have any police contact during the time that you're on probation. And I know that they're going to assign you to some type of treatment programs like AA or some other programs. So I'm not going to make that a part of your probation. Just for me, you will not have any further police contact. In this case, will be transferred to the drug court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, Ms. Harris, do you give me his next date for Judge Holmes, or do I need to call her?
My plan at this point is to put him on her docket for an intake with her on Friday, May the 5th at 8:35 a.m.
Okay, now I'll just transfer the file to him. So I don't have to put in any entries on my end, do I?
That I don't know.
You'll find out, but I'm gonna put it on my docket for May 5th as well.
Yeah, no, it would just go on Judge Holmes' docket.
But it won't be able to go on both at the same time?
I have no idea.
So,
I just know it is to go on hers.
I want to make sure that it gets transferred. There's no way that I'm gonna know that he ended up over there. So, okay, so we'll do that. And I'm not saying for him to appear here. I'm just gonna make sure that we follow up on May 5th.
Okay.
To ensure that the intake occurred. You're free to go, Mr. Brown. Good luck in the program.
And Your Honor, or should I say, Madam Clerk, his Judge Holmes' courtroom is it 133?
Yes.
Yes, 133.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Mr. Brown, you're free to go, sir.
Ready to proceed on Mr. Jason Benning, now calling the people versus Jason Keith Alexander Benning, ticket number X 2455445. Count one is no ops on a person. Count two, registration plate expired. Count three, no proof of insurance. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Please support, Your Honor, Harry Baughman on behalf of the defendant. Would you state your name, please, Mr. Benning?
Jason Benning.
Thank you. Your Honor, I have received an agreement from the Wayne County prosecutor, Ms. Paula Cole, that the instant cases would be dismissed here for paid civil infractions. I would stipulate to probable cause. For that recommendation, thank the court and.
And I'm gonna correct the record that it was only the count one that's on the docket for today.
Yes, the other two were paid, Your Honor.
And the others, because the other two were paid, we're dismissing the no ops on a person today.
This is correct. Stipulate to probable cause for that. Thank you.
And does he have insurance? Does he have his driver's license?
I think this is the last in he's been 8 other places, cleared warrants everywhere, and this will clear him for valid license today.
Okay. All right, so the court will accept the people's recommendation and dismiss this matter without prejudice. That concludes this matter. And he's free to go, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Vic.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right. Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
am I going to be speaking with anyone else, or is that it?
No, your case is being dismissed, sir, and you are free to go. You can leave the Zoom altogether. Just go ahead and head to the Secretary of State within the next 48 hours. It should be on their record so that you can get your license back.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
No problem. Have a good day, sir.
Bye-bye now.
Bye. Ready on Blount.
Ready.
Now calling the people versus Tenisha Shante Blount, ticket number SP 120809. Count one, drove while license not valid or improper license. Count two, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Harry Baughman for the defendant. State your name, please.
Danisha Blunt.
Ms. Blount, you can turn your camera on, ma'am.
Your Honor, the defendant presents today with valid information, specifically registration and insurance. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me, I've read my notes wrong. This defendant is going to plead guilty here to count ending in 191. That's the driver's license offense. That will be reduced to allowing. And the other count two, will be dismissed here, and I stipulate to probable cause. Thank you.
So, Ms. Blount, I know I just asked you to turn your camera on, but
I'm sorry, I'm trying to. It's not coming on.
It appears that it is on. Are you using a cell phone?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the Mr. Baughman, I was a little distracted with the fact that she hadn't followed my instructions. Count one is FTD and then dismiss it. No.
Count one is allowing.
Okay. And so I don't know what's going on with your camera either, because if it's on a phone, it shouldn't be completely black. I'm thinking that there's some kind of something covering your camera, Ms. Blount.
No, I got it in my hand.
Okay, so did you have an opportunity to talk to Mr. Baughman in the breakout room? He advised you of your rights?
Yes.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I swear or affirm, whichever you prefer, You have to either swear or affirm, Mrs. Blount,
I swear
that the testimony I give today will be the truth and the entire truth.
that the testimony I give today will be the truth and nothing but the truth.
Okay, you can put your hand down. On June 1st, 2021, were you driving a 2007 Chevy?
Yes,
Were you in the area of East Outer Drive and Van Dyke in the city of Detroit?
yes,
Did you come in contact with Detroit Police Department on that day, ma'am?
yes,
When asked to produce a valid driver's license, were you able to do so?
no,
Satisfied, Counselor?
That's fine. Thank you, Your Honor.
And you stipulated to probable cause on the dismissal?
So stipulated.
So the court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea for the allowing an unlicensed driver to drive on your behalf, Ms. Blount. The fee for that is going to be $220. Can you make that payment within the next 2 weeks?
yes,
Okay. If you are unable to make it by May 11th is the due date, then you need to appear back here on the Zoom at 8:30, okay?
yes.
Your count 2 will be dismissed without prejudice.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're free to go. Yeah, Butler. Darius Butler, please turn your camera on, sir, and take yourself off mute. Now calling the people versus Darius Patrick Butler, ticket number P 137-839-8349. Count 1, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, setting with the attorney.
May it please the court, Harry Boffman on behalf of the defendant. Sir, state your name for the record.
Darius Butler.
Thank you. Your Honor, the defendant did present to me, and I sent to Corporation Counsel, compliance documents. He has valid and current insurance from the Cure Insurance Agency. I am able to testify as an officer of the court that it is valid and it is current. And for that reason, I know the policy of the city council is to dismiss, and I would stipulate to probable cause for that recommendation here, and thank the court.
Thank you. The court will acknowledge that an officer of the court has verified valid documents. Therefore, without prejudice. Mr. Butler, you are free to go. Make sure that you're keeping those documents in the vehicle with you at all times, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Ready on Ballard? Please turn your camera on and be ready to proceed. You have your camera on, ma'am. Thank you. Now calling the people versus Terry Lene Ballard, ticket number P 141-6181. One count of no insurance misdemeanor, ticket number P 141-6116. Count 1, 11 to 15 miles over the posted speed. Count 2, no valid registration. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Harry Boffman for the defendant. Ma'am, state your name, please.
Terry Lene Ballard.
Thank you. Judge, the defendant is going to waive her right to any trial as well as those rights that attended to trial. She's going to plead guilty to the speeding offense. That is going to be reduced, Your Honor, to speeding, limited access 1 to 5 over, a 0-point offense. I would stipulate to probable cause as to the, I would stipulate to probable cause as for the matter being dismissed. and I stipulate to the four corners of the citation for the purposes of the defendant's plea or responsible plea here this morning. Thank you.
And both tickets will be dismissed?
No.
Count two and count one on the other, is that correct?
That's correct.
Right, and that's your understanding, Ms. Ballard? You understood everything?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the court will enter a plea of not responsible a plea of responsible to the limited access 1 to 5 over. It's $125 fee. Are you able to pay that within the next 2 weeks?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. If you don't pay it by May 11th, for one, it's gonna go up, and for two, you need to come back here on this same Zoom at 8:30 a.m. on that day, on May 11th, only if it's not paid.
Am I able to pay it today?
We need at least 24 hours to get it in the system for you to pay it, but you could pay it tomorrow.
Next question, where do I pay it at?
You can pay online at 36districtcourt.org, or you can go online and see a list of DivDat machines in your neighborhood that you can pay it at, or you could come down and pay it in person. It's up to you.
You said I could go to the Secretary of State with the.
No.
Sorry.
For a list, so you can come to the 36th District Court in person to pay. Okay. Or you can pay on 36districtcourt.org's website. There's also a list of kiosks, they're called DivDat machines, that you can go to in your neighborhood to pay. You cannot pay at Secretary of State.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're free to go.
Thank you.
You're
Have
welcome.
a good day.
Ready on Baldwin yet?
Ready?
He's not connected.
You have to connect to the audio, Mr. Baldwin, if you can hear me. There we go. Can we hear?
He's good enough. He's connected.
Now calling the People versus Tyrone Baldwin. Ticket number SP 417657. Count 1, no insurance misdemeanor. Count 2, expired plates. Please state your opinion for the record.
Good morning. Harry Baughman for the defendant. Sir, unmute your device. State your full name for the record. You're on mute.
It's Tyrone Baldwin.
Thank you. Judge, the defendant is here for pretrial, and he presents today with valid documents. So I have verified that they are current and valid. I've sent them to Corporation Counsel. There is or should be a recommendation in the file by way of policy to dismiss the instant cases, and I would stipulate to probable cause for that and thank the court.
Okay, and that's on is that on the 2007 Jeep, or is it just in his name?
Your Honor, while I confirm that document.
Mr. Baldwin, is that on the 2007 Jeep, or is it in your name, or are the insurance and plates in your name currently?
It's a Ford F-150, Your Honor.
It's in your name?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so the court has verified that, well, the court has acknowledged that an officer of the court has verified that Mr. Baldwin currently has registration and proof of insurance on his current vehicle in his name, and therefore this matter will be dismissed without prejudice. Mr. Baldwin, make sure that you're keeping those documents in the vehicle with you at all times, sir.
Yes, ma'am, I will, Your Honor.
You're free to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ready on Asia Bates.
We're ready. Judge, would the court run a quick Secretary of State driving record to make sure our license is valid today?
We will, but in the meantime, we're gonna move on to Ms. Brown.
Dorothy Brown is unresponsive, Judge.
Ms. Brown, can you hear us now?
We had to mute her.
Oh, that's the one who said she was gonna sit down because she's there. Ms. Brown, turn your camera on. Ms. Brown, can you turn your camera on? She just unmuted herself.
Yeah, she will do that. She'll unmute. If you mute her, she'll unmute, but then I haven't been able to get a word back and forth with her. She intermittently comes back and says, hello, hello, hello. And then,
Ms. Brown, if you can hear us, I am going to put the phone number to the courtroom in the chat. I need you to call the court.
She probably can't chat. I think we might screenshot.
Oh, Ms. Brown, we can see you now. Can you hear us talk? Say something. No. Did she join audio?
Who actually in the bathroom?
Judge, we have a stipulation to dismiss those cases
For Ms. Brown?
for Ms. Brown,
All three?
all three.
We'll do it without her. Maybe she can hear us, but we can do the dismissals without her participation. Now I'm calling the People versus Dorothy Jean Brown, ticket number SP 126-8452, count 1, leaving the scene of an accident. Count 3, failure to report an accident. Ticket number SP 126-84511. Also an accident. And please state your opinions for the record.
Harry Bachman for the defendant. Ma'am, can you state your name? Yeah, it appears that the defendant is having some difficulty, although she does appear visually and her name appears on her Zoom, on the screen below her in Zoom. Since these matters are due for a dismissal and quite frankly,
9 o'clock. I logged in about 10 minutes to 9.
We can hear you.
can you hear us?
It's something wrong with their audio. Go ahead.
So, Judge, I would acknowledge that the appearance by the officer Fitzgerald Harris for trial. In fact, he indicated and that the instant case should be dismissed.
Mr. Bachman, you're coming through broken up for the court reporter. She can't hear you.
Okay. The officer appeared and indicated that he was asked that the case would be dismissed. The prosecutor has written up that as a recommendation. I'd stipulate to probable cause and thank the court and the prosecutor and the officer.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we don't need there was one additional case on the ticket that I want to call into the record if it is in fact part of the same
Transaction, Your Honor, we would ask for the same dismissal.
It is, or it wanted to warrant status or something.
Okay, so we're gonna set, so if there's a count 2 on the same ticket, count 2, that the court is gonna set aside the warrant in this matter and dismiss all 4 matters for Miss Dorothy Brown without prejudice. She doesn't have to call any longer, but if she does call, we'll let her know that her matters have been dismissed.
That's how I was trying to tell her from. She not.
Did the officer say that it was no recollection? I didn't hear that part.
I don't think he said there was no recollection. I just think it was his recommendation based on the fact that he thought that it had been dismissed previously.
Okay, no problem. You can put in the chat that her case has been dismissed if you want, since she has your call.
She's not gonna be able to read the chat.
She was reading it, not the chat.
She was reading
but
the
the
thing.
screen. Oh. Just do that, the same thing that Ms. Brown case has been dismissed. All right, so this matter has been dismissed without prejudice. She is free to go whenever she is able to. Back on Asia. Ms. Bates, if you can turn your camera on, ma'am.
Yeah, I chatted it to Mr. Mr. Boffman, I chatted you her driving record.
Thank you.
You welcome.
Recalling the matter of Asia Yvette Bates, ticket number P14055991, count 130 to display a valid driver's license not on person, count 2, no insurance misdemeanor, count 3, expired plates. Please state your opinion for the record.
Good morning, Harry Boffman, or good afternoon, Your Honor. Harry Boffman for the defendant. Ma'am, state your name for the record. You're on mute right now.
Asia Yvette Bates.
Thank you. Judge, the defendant presents today with valid documentation, registration, and insurance, as well as a valid driver's license. Would you dismiss these cases without prejudice?
So dismissed, the court has, okay, so yes, the court has acknowledged that Mr. Bachman has verified that you do have valid documents. Ma'am, make sure that you're keeping those documents in the vehicle with you at all times so that you're not spending your entire morning on Zoom with us. Your matters will be dismissed without prejudice. You're free to go.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day, everybody.
Well, have a good day, ma'am.